Outer Orange.
Hello, hello, hello. Привет все means hello everyone in Russian. Hope you guys are doing great. All right, we got a sleepy cat today. She finally decided to sleep. Anyway, so we got some results. I did not look at any of these results. The only thing I know out of everything in here is that Maxime Solom topped with Great Nature, specifically Leopold, and that there was a record of Ragnarok deck in here. So here we have the Netherlands. This is D. So I think these are the last results before, no, it's not. I think we have what, London? Is it London this weekend? So there's London. So basically this is this and London with some Malaysia will be the last results that we have for basically set 9. So as we're going to be going into set 10 after this, and we're 1 week in, we still got another week, but the set will be legal until the 2-week period is up basically. So most will still be playing a set 9, but so we're getting towards the end of set 9 results. So, which I'm actually really happy about. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of tired of looking at the same decks. So not gonna lie, I think out of all the competitive side of things, this has not been one of my favorite to compete in specifically. It hasn't been too fun. So we have first place, we got the usual Ava Jet Overlord. If you guys haven't been watching these, this is how the results have been for a while now. And then second place is a Jet Ava Overlord, basically the same thing. It's Jet Ava something. And the third slot, we do have a little bit of a difference here. We have a Flagberg Magnolia and what's her face, Tamayura, which is nice to see. Some people still don't believe in Flagberg. I still think Flagberg is a relatively good deck. I would not say it's the best deck obviously to choose, but it's a really good third pick still in my opinion. So Magnolia is pretty okay. A lot of farming that you can do. I'm not so much on the Tamayura pick. The deck is like okay, but it does have like this weird thing where it doesn't really have like a win con. It just kind of does the same thing over and over again, which isn't a bad thing, but it's a little weird. But it can also go into the grind. It can go into like basically deck out sometimes. It's a very weird deck. Magnolia is like good and bad at the same time. It takes a while for it to ramp up, but once it's at the point where it starts farming, you kind of can't kill it. I actually, if I expected a record Ragnarok deck to top, it's Zeus. But I will say during the meta that Zeus was like decent. Gravidia wasn't meta. I think Gravidia being out of meta made the record Ragnarok deck surprisingly better. Because like I said, they're very reliant on having rear guards. This one actually has some restriction. It has some resist cards, but that doesn't change the fact that they're very sustainable. Like they don't want to get board wiped. So like board wipe is pretty harsh. Because I remember I was playing into Zeus and I'm like retire, and then they just die because they don't have enough resources to draw back and like replenish the board, because the board is so like they kind of work off each other. So you need a board to kind of do stuff or keep like the ball rolling. But yeah. Anyway, that was D. Premium, with Premium ended up going to singles, which is actually very unfortunate. I think Premium is pretty fun to play as a team, so it's kind of sad that I went to singles. But our top 4 are pretty standard. They've got the NOK, Jet Maidens, Oracle Think Tank, and Minerva. So honestly, nothing too surprising here. All are very strong contenders. I will say, Maidens is really brutal. You would think with the restriction that the deck would get worse or something. I don't know how, but I feel like it got better. I think because other decks got like a little tap or something, somehow this deck feels even more annoying to face now. I don't know why. It's just how it feels, but I don't like facing this deck. It's not fun. So yeah, so that's Premium, and then we have V here. And again, so we've talked about this in the past about Ange, and I guess it's just like a consistency thing at this point, because yeah, the tops are definitely showing. I'm going to again say this for the 100th time because I know I got super judged for it, but a couple months back I said Ange was gonna be one of the best decks, and then I had people comment saying that I'm wrong, but alas, it's fine. But then I'm actually the one that turned back to myself. I was like, I think Pawn's better. But, you know, results are like, nope, it's still Ange. Every single event that we've had so far has had at least 1 or 2 Ange on it. And there's always been at least 1 in first and second place, and maybe like one more in like third and fourth place. But I'm almost positive there's been an Ange on every single list. And there's actually a lot of poets on here. Holy crap. Why is there 3 poets decks? Bruh. I just realized that. There's 3 of them. Oh my god. I hate poets. I hate facing poets so much. God, I hate that deck. You just go burr. BT's BT. I mean, the thing about Ange is that she's super consistent what she does, and she'll just keep doing the same thing over and over again as long as you ride Ange. That's like the biggest thing. But one thing I think Ange struggles with is going second. And I also think that Excel decks dominate into Ange pretty well. So Thavas is like a big like yikes. And that's actually the reason like I didn't want to take it, because I didn't want to face Thavas. because Stavros is like just not very fun to face going second with most decks. I know Ange is a 4 deck, but it doesn't change the fact that the aggro like just shreds your hand, and then it's really hard to like go into your turns with your normal units that you need. It's just tough unless you open like a G Guardian, or I'm not G Guardian, Heal Guardian or something. Wait, go into the results. I know for a fact Mo's in here. Like Mo's probably somewhere in here. So would he be in here? Wouldn't he be with I guess yeah, Cardiff. Cardiff is probably Mo. If I had to take a guess, because then yeah, Cardiff is Solom's team. I'm dumb. I didn't even see the Leopold. So yeah, so Mo is third. But yeah, first place we have the Stavros, Poets, and Ange. God, I hope Poets doesn't start coming back, because I will probably not play V for a while. I hate facing Poets. It's just such a it's a coin flip, man. And then second place we have, I believe that's Link Joker, the first one, and then we have Battle Sisters and Poets, and again because Poets. And the third place we have Luard, Poets, and Leopold. At least that one makes sense because the person in there just won't play any other clan. But Glendios, that's Glendios. He looks a little different in there. I don't know why. I kind of forgot what he looks like. I'm not gonna lie, I faced Glendios in Chicago, and I got decked out on, and I was so sad. But it was a game where I had to G assist, so I had to force myself to go XL2 when I got the extra marker, and it screwed me because I was 1 card short. If I had literally 1 more card in deck, or if I found a way to just not draw an extra card or soul charge somewhere, I actually would have won. But I was 1 card too short. Oh, hey, the Ange is running Refie. Good, because Refie is the outs. I'm glad people are running Refie. Let me see. Which one? I'm super proud. You wanna know why? Because it's a direct counter into winning decks. So it works really well. They are running the Refie. Yeah, honestly, like, so if you face the Ange mirror, you will win the mirror if you open Refie, basically. Yeah, of course you have to open Refie, but if you open Refie, you will win. The other thing that's good about Refie is denial. And then the last thing that's good about Refie is actually Luard. If you play into Luard and open Refie into Luard as well, you just ride her first, gain the force marker acceleration, and then go straight to Ange. And the other good thing about it is because you already got all your force markers going, you don't have to rely on finding a second copy of Ange that quickly anymore. And by the way, if you don't find a second copy of Ange, the deck just flops. You need that force marker. So Refie is like the easiest way to like stop stressing out about a second Ange to play. You'll eventually find one, but you don't have to sit there and like worry about it. I have no idea what hey, what's up? Hi Shisan. We're talking about this card right here. But basically, wait, she basically lets you play V Magnolia? Yes, so that's where if your opponent is going, if you're great or greater, the clause, the ability, the main important part is actually the first 2 effects. Basically, she rests herself and you perform drive checks, so you can deny your opponent damage. Not always the smartest thing to do. You really need to play it. You really need to feel out the game to know if it's worth denying. But the fact that you get 2 markers on top of the one you throw, it puts you at 3. So when you go to Ange, you're at 4, and then when you swing with Ange's effect, you get 5 markers total. And usually that will outscale whoever you're facing. So if you're going into Luard, you can just kind of rest her, do their thing. You're going to go to 5 markers. They're going to have basically the same number. Basically, you're keeping up with the meta. Same into Stavros, same into mirrors. Into a mirror, you ride this first, and then you go into Ange. And then again, you're in the same situation of your numbers are always bigger, which means your hand will always be like in a healthier place than their hand will be. And you'll basically outscale them in terms of resources of hand, because Ange will keep bouncing and calling and bouncing and calling, right? So what is the out? The out is like riding more than the other person. And to do that, you need force markers and you need to be able to ride all the time, but you're not always going to ride. So this is basically the skip button to call it. But sorry, I went on a whole rant about Refie. Sydney. This is Sydney results. So I believe first place is Kai's team. But anyway, so yeah, first place, very standard. Overlord, Jet, Ava. Yeah, they definitely made the right call. I feel like they chose all decks that are very competitively viable. And then second place we have Ava, Youthberg, Jet. Again, all very competitively viable decks. I actually think I saw the picture with this one. That was really cute. I'm dying of heat, but otherwise fine. Yeah, me too. It's actually pretty hot. And then, wow, I just realized all of these are exactly the same. Third place is Leticia, Jet Ava, and fourth place is Jet Ava, Youthberg. So they're all Jet Ava something, basically. Boy. Hey, I'm glad. Hey, they all competed. They all did. They all knew. They all knew what they had to do. So they did it. I think Leticia is honestly one of my favorite picks. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Leticia is just so stupidly strong sometimes. Premium, which did not end up in singles. 2 and a fourth cubed. Oh my god, it's the same people. So yeah, so we had the so over here, honestly, everything is pretty meta looking in here as well. You'll notice that there is a maiden's jet in every single one but second place, and surprise surprise, that deck's insanely strong. Like very, very strong. Like I Caramba strong. I don't know about y'all, but it's the only reason I don't want to play premium. Like I'm being 100% serious. That deck is unfair. But yeah, we have first place, we have Reindeer with the Jet and the Thavas. Second place, we have Narukami, Ghidorah. And then third place, we have Reindeer, Jet, and Ghidorah. And the fourth place, we have Maidens, Revengers, and a Narukami deck. I'm pretty sure it's Narukami. That's the other guy. But yeah, overall, honestly, this all looks about the same. I know some people were kind of getting antsy about Ghidorah again. Honestly, this time around, I don't know. I haven't played this. I haven't tested into Ghidorah enough to know like how bad it actually is, but I will say that they've been getting a lot of good cards recently, making the deck a lot better. I think I talked about this before, but I actually thought Bugs was gonna top Worlds, like hard top Worlds, like basically first place. But alas, I didn't even think about like Reindeer in context. Reindeer, I think beats Bugs. I think that's the main issue. And then here we have more Ange. Some people told me about the Peanut Noir list, but yeah, there was an Ange in every single top in this one. Actually, I didn't even know that. There's actually a lot of Leopolds too. I guess there's a lot more love for Leopold now, which is a good thing. I think the deck's good. I always thought if you had to pick between the two, like if you're playing, like you yourself, if you had to pick between the two, I think Thavas is the better choice. But honestly, I did feel like Excel. I feel like Leopold was like right there behind it. Get smoked Melody. Yeah, Melody, there's been like no Melody results. It's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised. I am surprised. I guess people want it, like I said, it's consistency versus high roll. It's like pick your poison. You can be consistent but have less impact in terms of trying to kill, or you can go for the high roll, kill faster, but you can you can die to yourself basically. So I honestly think both decks are like very peak in their own ways. So I remember some people asked me what they should take if it was Ange or Pawn, and I had a really hard time answering that question because it really just comes down to like what you want to play, you know. Netherlands had 3 Astro Poets of top 4. Yeah, I mean Poets is basically different Pawns. So I was Leopold and Ange, and then we had Ange, Jewel Knights, Luard, and then we had Jewel Knights and Piet Noir and Ange, and then we had Ange, Luard, and Leopold. Honestly, all very competitive options. The Pinot Noir one is very interesting, though I don't think people realize how strong that front gets. I think Pinot Noir's biggest issue is kill potential, but the deck actually gets very insane. Like, it is a constantly, like, you can have 5 attacks in the deck. The front gets insanely high. The issue is, like, there's no real pressure in, like, trying to kill, and you'll eventually just deck out. You can run the dragons and stuff like that to kind of help yourself a little bit, but the deck has a resource issue to some degree, and a kill issue to some degree. But actually, the deck, the way it functions, is actually really good. I like that deck. All the metas for all 3 formats are basically settled in, and I think we're just kind of in the waiting room for basically the next sets. V is kind of stuck right now in a loop. Premium is about to get a bunch of stuff, and D just got a set and is about to get another set on top of that. So I will say V is going to be kind of boring to look at for the next couple months. We are getting some promos, yeah, but aside from Thavas changing, don't know how much else we're going to see. We're going to see like random rogue decks like this come up here and there, but it's like one rogue deck and then all of this will be around it, you know, like all of this BS basically. Wait, overall the results are good. I think we have some JP results to look at too, which is right up here. So this is JP, this is WJP Nagoya. That was held over the weekend. So this is top 16, top 4 results. This is, I'm reading Fuzzy's thingy. This is block A and block B. And yeah, oh, I am interested. Oh, that's right. This has set 11 in it. So I am kind of interested in some of what these are doing. And Minerva is really strong. I don't know if I told y'all, but Minerva is like stupidly annoying. Like, I don't know like how strong it is on like, if it's better than like the best deck or all that stuff, but I will say that deck can just pop off sometimes. Like there's just some situations there's like nothing you can do. This is Ava. So this is what that's looking like. And honestly, it looks basically like a normal Ava list, except for this card. This is the Blitz Order card, right? The one that works with the Blitzes? Yep, it is. The one that says you basically get 10 power. So choose up to 2 different Name grade 2s or higher units from your drop zone, call them to a guard circle, choose one unit and gets plus 90 power. Yeah, so it's basically just a blitz order. And then that's basically it. Everything else is very standard. If you have an Ava deck like currently in set 10, if you want to upgrade to set 11, you won't have to do too much, to be honest, depending on how you choose to build, but it really shouldn't cost you a lot to switch over to like the next version of it, I guess, which I'm actually really enjoying about D. One thing I'm enjoying about it is this concept. Like there's a lot of decks that you only need to like touch a little bit to keep them strong. But basically, we have the Ultima Mayora, and they have the new Mayora, they have all the dolls, and that's it. What? It's like the same deck, but with the new girl. Bro, the deck hasn't changed at all. Well, it all changes this, but this was basically the Ultima Mayora in here. I do want to see the Zorka one, which surprisingly enough is only 4 letters. We'll check it out. I am curious. They probably run the order. If I remember correctly, I actually might have seen this list in picture form. It should run the Mystique order is what I was getting at. If they're not running the Mystique order, I'd be very surprised. Okay, yes, this is the list. Holy crap, this is so blinked out. But yes, this is the list that won recently. And they're running basically Highlander orders, almost Highlander orders, which I like a lot. So they're running the Regalia's piece, which is super big, by the way. I think Regalia's piece like really carries this deck because and then the other thing that's like really cool, I know, yeah, the credit card's real. And then the other reason why is you can also, it says, I don't remember like the exact effect on it, if it's different units or if you can search for orders as well. I don't remember. Oh, it says unit cards. I don't remember if that, I don't know if you can search orders off of that. But regardless, whether you can or can't, you have other targets as well, which is definitely the other Zorga and then the dragon, obviously. And then the fact that while you're searching, you can also get into this, which is insanely nuts. This card is nuts, and I'm so happy to see people playing it. The other thing I really like is the dragons. So I've been running the dragons too. What is that? So this is, it's kind of hard to explain, but basically you can play it normally. Look at top 7, choose one unit with a grade of grade equal to your Vanguard or lower, call to rear. So basically you could just call something for free. And then the other effect says it's from your deck. When you search or choose a unit card from your deck, you can search or choose this card as well, basically. Then when this card is called from your deck to rearguard circle, once it appears on rearguard circle, you can add it to hand. This in combination with like basically everything the deck's doing is actually really strong. I don't know if it's competitively strong, but I'm actually really excited to test it out solely for the reason of soul blasting. I don't think people realize how much you want to soul blast in Zorga. I've been playing Zorga a lot recently, and holy crap, you really want the soul blast. Like it's, you know, before when we had an issue soul blasting, yeah, now it's the opposite issue. You want to soul blast your entire soul out because all your orders get stuck in there. You want them all gone. Also, this gets stuck in your soul sometimes, or the other card you're alchemagicking with this will get stuck depending on what order you're doing it in, and it can be very awkward sometimes. So I 100% support this dragon here. Long story short, I do want to see the Ballista deck. Testing this actually quite a lot, and I actually really like this card. This basically helps you countercharge. It kind of depends on how you're setting up. So the way Ballista works is your front row will usually be the restanding girls, or be restanding chick and the grade 2 that you see right here, this girl. It also depends on what your top 5 from Ballista will give you. Notice that this deck has a really big counterblast thing. This deck counterblasts like crazy. So low-key, this card has a lot of value. The issue with this card is it's an on-hit. But the other good thing about this card is that she has resist. She gives the rest of the board resist. So if you have to target something, you have to pick her first, which is probably the other reason why the person that topped with this is probably playing it. So that way they can't touch these bad girls right here. Ballista doing Ballista things, lots of drop power, lots of aggression. I like it. So this is block B, which looks a little more or less diverse. This one looks more diverse. This one looks a lot less diverse. This looks more again Diva focused. Yeah, and there's a snake in here, yeah. First place is the usually Bisuke and Diva Minerva. Second place is Gandiva Ava with the new Thagria. And then third place is Gandiva and Bisu Minerva again. And the fourth place is Snake Jet Ava. So also interesting. One thing I am very happy about with this particular results is that there's way less Jet. Makes me happy. So here we have, this is the Thagria one. I should know that what these cards do. Yeah, except this card. Oh, they're running a little bit of that Soul Cycler. A lot of people are really starting to like this card a lot, which makes sense, but this is the Dragon Tree card. To get one, what? What's that even mean? When your rear guard appears in the front row of the same column as this unit, cost counterblast 1 to get 1 card. Pull. Enter Hana, shake my head. Oh no. Get 1 card, pull. What does the actual one do? I don't remember. It's been a second. What set is this from? I know it's set What is this at 9? I think I meant draw one. It's a draw. Okay, it's just you just draw one. Card with this, that card with this card is also very good because this card gets you a card to hand, and then that card gets you a card to hand, and then you got these maples that are just cycling for free while you're doing all this. And keep in mind that the newer cards don't have any resources on them, so you can get away with stuff like this. And yeah, I think that's all the stuff. I don't think we're not gonna look at again Diva. We could look at a Minerva list. We're not looking at Ibisu. I don't know what a single card in there does. We're not looking at Ibisu. Oh, they run one cycler in here. But yeah, this is the new card that they got recently, which is really good. And then actually it's this card and this card. They got 2 new cards that are both like pretty good. So when this is placed outside of battle phase, if your clan is only Genesis, you can counterblast Soul Blast draw card, choose one of your cards from hand, reveal it, and call it to rearguard circle. If the unit card is a grade or lower than your Vanguard, if not, you discard it. So similar to how the order works, you basically have to be careful like what kind of grade you're calling. And then in the battle in which it boosted, if your Vanguard clan is only Genesis, puts 2 rearguards in the same column into Soul, and then select 1 card which is Genesis from your drop zone and add to hand. So basically it's just like a Soul engine, which is really good because now you can call those cards and put them into Soul and then recall them back out with Minerva's effect, which is really solid. So you're constantly going through both your rear guards and your Soul like consistently, and also not screwing yourself like when you have to call cards to the board. One is a PR though. I know this one's in the set. You're right. The other one might be a PR. Let me read this one. Yeah, it is a PR. You're correct. So hopefully we'll get it. And then it says, this one says, when this is placed on rearguard circle, if you have only Genesis in this card in the clan, for your Vanguard, look at top 3 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 card from among them, put them into your Soul, and put the rest at the bottom in any order. And at the end of the battle, this unit attacked. If you have a Vanguard Minerva in its Soul Blast, retire this unit, choose 1 card from your hand or drop some, put into your Soul. If you put a card from your hand, you draw a card. So this is just another cycler. I don't think this one is as necessary. It's good, obviously, because you're looking at cards and putting the Soul, but I think the cycler also like fulfills this condition basically the same way. A little slower, obviously, but I think it's similar. So honestly, if we don't get this card, it won't be the end of the world. I'm sure we will. It might be a little later. I think that's everything. I think that's all the results. We went through quite a lot. It was actually very exciting. I think it's exciting because it's like a new set. Peace out. Until next time. Bye.